King James degree.
Yo, what's up, everybody? So I just wanted to hop on here and do another little review. So today I was basically calling for bearish indices and bullish DXY. Let me show you guys that. So from the start, I was basically walking everyone in my free Telegram through what my thoughts were. And I was assuming price would come up there. At first I saw this, wanted to see if it was gonna, respect this area, which is right up in here, which is where I took a small entry. Made a little bit there, like 2-3 points. Wasn't that much, but nonetheless, I anticipated price rallying up to price in a premium. We ended up getting to the new week opening gap. As you can see, price basically rallied up into here, right? That new week opening gap acted as resistance. And then I was also calling for 39.50 since like yesterday. So I've had my eyes on that level since yesterday in both the free Telegram and my private community. Right here, see? This was at 5:30. I called that again. And let me see for yesterday so I can show you. See 39.50 from yesterday as well. So yeah, I had that basically marked out and anticipated. Was able to call, when this happened, I was able to, I wasn't able to get in here. I was going to try to get in here once this shifted market structure, but it didn't offer it. And I also say that over here as well. No chance to get in safely because when the news dropped, it was pretty crazy. I was walking through my whole mindset and what I was thinking as price was, doing what it was doing. A big influence of my bearish bias being trusted today was the fact that DXY hit this volume imbalance and then rallied through this daily fair value gap. Once it rallied through that daily fair value gap and the open came at 6:30, I was basically trying to see if this was going to hold as support to then rally after the news came. And if it would have broken down below this and used this as resistance, this fair value gap, then that would have made my bias change on indices and DXY, and then I would have attacked these lows or these lows, which I also discussed earlier about the daily fair value gap. And there was also an implied fair value gap in here as well, which was right here, which I was also monitoring. So there was a lot of waiting happening today until this move on S&P occurred. Now we're turning around, of course, but my only target essentially was 39.50, and it hit it to the point and then basically rejected off. So that's precision, guys. Like ICT says, he's not the only magician these days. But yeah, so that's essentially what happened today. And if you guys want to really dig into more of the details as well, you can go look at the Telegram. I'm not going to post any more today. I'm basically done. I already took 2 trades, made my profits, and now I'm going to the sidelines. But yeah, essentially price, like I said, once it rallied through this daily fair value gap, I was pretty confident that it was going to use it as support. And once it did that and showed its willingness to go higher, that's when all this drop occurred. And then also, if you look in here, there's a fair value gap. Once it returned back to that fair value gap, I stated that that was also a safe entry. Let me see where it's at. Second, sorry guys. Right here. See, so I said this was the safest entry from here. Okay, in my opinion, right? Of course, other people trade differently and have different perspectives. Maybe you saw this new week opening gap and we're feeling safe to enter there, right? This is just what I see. But so once the news occurred, we returned back to that fair value gap, which is right here. That was a possible entry. But then once this low broke and all these lows broke and left this fair value gap, I assumed that this volume imbalance in here as well as this fair value gap would have been respected. And that's when I took my entry. And I got out around 5 points. I didn't even get full 5 points because I was going to close at 5 when the candles were pushing lower. But of course, right when I was going to go click to get out of the trade, it pulled back. So it moved my stop, or moved my take profit a little bit higher than I wanted it to. It was like 4.5 points. But nonetheless, it is what it is. I like getting out before targets are hit a lot of times because we don't know for sure if it's going to hit things. But I definitely did call this a day in advance. I think I even called it on Monday. If you go back and review the review I have on the 27th, it's 39.50. And that was basically below this previous week's low, or near the previous week's low. That was going to basically be a target. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I think that's all I wanted to really bring your attention to. It's a very eventful week so far. I haven't lost a trade this week. And I've been posting in the Telegram more because I know I've been kind of slacking on that. So yeah, if you haven't already, definitely follow my Telegram for future ideas and basically walkthroughs. Make sure you also subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm gonna be being more consistent because I had a lot of things going on in my personal life, but now I'm gonna try to do my best to be as consistent as possible with not only posting videos that I feel and about concepts that I feel are important, but I'm also going to be taking requests for anything that other ICT students have trouble with, so then I can kind of help bring clarity. Okay, so yeah, with that being said, you guys, I think that was all I was looking to cover. And then also you could see, there was a lot of shakiness going on with the correlation. So yeah, pretty much we were just basically waiting and waiting and waiting. And then once the opportunity showed, we basically dove in. So yeah, and one more thing, price rallied here ahead of the news event. So a lot of times when you see this type of thing occur and you're like in this scenario bearish, if something's rallying and there's a news event coming soon, a lot of times this is just a price and a premium to then show the real move once the news occurs, like it did here. And then you could also put that the same thing for bullishness as well. If it's declining and you're bullish on the higher time frame and it's ahead of a news event, a lot of times it's just pricing in a discount. So you would then look for your discount arrays to pair that with and see, what would logically make sense for price to react from. And in this case, it priced in a premium to the new week opening gap from February 27th, and was also jamming around inside this 5-minute fair value gap as well. Okay. So yeah, with that being said, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Please be safe. Don't do anything stupid. Follow your rules. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Take care.
King James the Great.